It wasn't supposed to go this far.
It started with a phone call no one expected. At 2:47 a.m., a terrified girl named Hannah Miller dialed 911 from a small apartment in Virginia. Her voice trembled as she claimed she had witnessed a murder. Within hours, the FBI took over the case. Every word Hannah spoke led investigators deeper into a twisted web: a missing man, a blood-stained car, and a note that read, "Tell the truth before it's too late." But something about Hannah's story didn't add up. The timelines were blurry. The evidence pointed nowhere. Still, she cried, begged, and insisted, "They'll kill me if I talk." The FBI launched a full-scale search for the supposed killer, and media channels across America exploded with the story of the girl who survived a murder plot. For 5 days, the entire country watched as agents chased ghosts, until one simple detail broke the illusion: there was no missing man, no crime scene, and no killer. What the FBI discovered next would change everything. The FBI traced Hannah's call to a quiet neighborhood outside Richmond. Agents arrived to find her shaking, barefoot, and covered in what looked like blood. She said it belonged to her boyfriend, Jason Cole, who'd been kidnapped after finding out something big. Hannah described a black van, 2 men in masks, and a struggle. The agents secured the area, collected samples, and started their hunt. The story spread instantly: young girl escapes murder scene. Reporters camped outside her building, calling her a brave survivor. But inside, Hannah's behavior was strange. She kept changing small details: where Jason worked, what he drove, and even how he looked. When agents asked for photos of Jason, she said her phone had been stolen. When they searched her apartment, they found no trace of him. Not a toothbrush, not a single item. Still, the FBI believed something terrible had happened. They dug into Jason's background, but every lead came back blank. No driver's license, no social media, no birth record. It was as if Jason Cole had never existed. Over the next 2 days, inconsistencies piled up. Hannah's statements changed every time she was questioned. First, she said the van was white. Then black. She claimed Jason's friends were in danger, but couldn't name any. An FBI profiler noticed something off. Hannah didn't react like a victim. She wasn't terrified, she was performing. They decided to dig deeper into her, not Jason. Her real name wasn't even Hannah Miller. She had changed her identity 2 years ago after being expelled from college for hacking student records. When agents pulled her phone records, they found she'd called herself dozens of times using burner numbers. The kidnapping video she gave the media? It was filmed on her own laptop. The realization hit: Hannah had staged everything. But why? The FBI needed to know what drove her to build an entire lie, and who she was trying to fool. Through digital forensics, agents found a shocking connection. Hannah had applied for a federal internship 3 weeks before the call, but was rejected after a background check flagged her fake name. Days later, her staged story hit the news. Her motive became clearer. She wanted attention, power, and revenge. The FBI had embarrassed her, and she wanted to expose them as incompetent. Every part of her lie was designed to waste their time, to prove she could outsmart them. But as the investigation turned against her, Hannah panicked. She deleted files, destroyed evidence, and tried to disappear. She didn't realize that every move was being monitored. The girl who thought she was playing a game had just declared war on the FBI. Agents arrested Hannah at a motel outside D.C., where she was trying to book a bus under another name. When confronted, she smiled, not like a criminal, but like someone who won. "You needed a case. I gave you one," she whispered. Her calmness unnerved the room. The agents showed her footage, phone logs, and evidence that she fabricated everything. She didn't deny it. Instead, she said, "Now everyone knows your system isn't as perfect as you think." She was charged with obstruction, false reporting, and fraud. Yet even after being caught, Hannah refused to apologize. She told the press, "They believed my story because they wanted a villain. I just gave them one." Weeks later, as agents went through her seized laptop, they found something chilling. A file labeled Case_2. Inside were blueprints for another fake crime, complete with names, photos, and fake social media accounts. It wasn't random. Hannah had been planning multiple fake cases, each meant to manipulate law enforcement and media for years. She wasn't lying just for attention. She was building a career out of deception. The story went viral. Some called her a criminal genius, others, a dangerous sociopath. The FBI quietly changed internal policies after her case, improving how they verified victims' reports. Hannah Miller became a symbol of modern lies, proof that in the digital age, even truth can be engineered. And it all began with one phone call.